Hey, good morning, everybody. Beautiful day here in the Philippines. Just kicking along, doing my little projects around here and keep my mind occupied. So I want to show you something here. I've got these cushions. These are the back sides of them that go in my boat and the Sea Ray. And they've been sitting here in the garage and actually even on top of the green truck when it was parked in here. Because I was doing some work in there before, and being that I about got things wrapped up on my little trimaran, I'm going to put it out on the water here pretty quick. I got one more little thing I want to do on it. I want to go back and give that Sea Ray a little bit of attention and finish up some stuff on it. I've started a couple new projects on it, but let me show you the reason I've had those cushions out of there, part of them anyway, the ones for down in the aft cabin. The reason that they are out is because, drum roll, because the piece of wood that goes over the top of the fuel tank, this was the back end towards the motor, and apparently water has dripped or wept back there right by that little bulkhead, the little firewall kind of like between the motor and in that aft cabin, and it has soaked up water in this one area, dripping. And now what I figured out is because before I bought the boat, the kind of like the little scuppers, the little drains around the lid that you open up there in the floor to get to the engine bay, they were clogged up. They were clogged with leaves and muck and all of that, and so it was causing water to go up over the edge of that and leak down inside, and it just sat right there and rotted this corner off. And it had some other places, had a couple down here on the other end, and this was this way. This comes out right below the cabin door going down inside into the cabin, and the same thing, that cabin door was messed up. Some of you know when I bought the boat, you couldn't even hardly open or close it, and I had to remove the dash out of the boat, all that console area, to be able to get that sliding door that goes in behind there out, rebuild the track and repair all that. And same thing with it not being closed all the way. When I got the boat, they couldn't close it all the way. Water leaked in and it damaged it right in that area. So I bought this sheet of marine plywood and drew that out, and I've got a new one cut over here. And if you wonder what this round hole's for, that is a access panel to where your fuel sending unit is, and inspection into your fuel tank. So you can remove that and look down inside a hole in there, and you know, pull out that part, pull out that sending unit, look inside the tank, all of that. Now, as you've seen in past videos, I have already put a brand new fuel sending unit in, and it is working. I did have to repair a wire that was damaged along just underneath this floor piece right here, and fix it to where a little chewing creature had got in there and chewed the wire in that spot. So I've had to fix a couple of those places in this boat. So let's look over here. So I have cut a new one here, roughly cut a hole. It doesn't need to be perfect. Only piece of plywood I could find around, marine plywood, had a nick on one corner. I told them that's fine, I'll take it, because that'll never be seen. I'm gonna flip that upside down. So I got it right here bottom. Other side's perfect. And so what I'm about to do right now is I have some marine paint here for this. Anybody around the boating world are gonna know this Interlux Bright Side polyurethane paint. I've got a white here. This is some blue that I have, but I have a white, and I'll drag it out down here, and I'm going to go ahead and paint those. Paint both sides. And this is a paint, like I say, made just for boats. See right here, single part enamel. And that'll be very, very handy to get painted on there and get that paint used up before it goes bad also. And here's the white one right here. So I'm gonna get this mixed up good, open it up, get this bottom painted a couple coats, paint around the edges, flip it over, do a really clean job on the top, and get this reinstalled in the boat out there. And this piece of matting here, I had bought it. I'm gonna have to clean it up, power wash it off. But this piece of matting also goes in there. I bought this, it's kind of spongy like rubber. And it's so nice to put that down over that aft cabin floor and then put your mattress on that. You can buy this by the meter. Here in the Philippines, everywhere, it's sold everywhere, this matting. It's like you make doormats out of it, wherever you want. And that piece right there goes down, and then I put those cushions over it. Nice thing too is it lets it breathe underneath there some. I put the rubber side down, and then this here allows that to breathe some and get some moisture underneath those cushions. And that is a big help too. How did I say that? How did I say that? This lets it breathe underneath and lets the moisture get out from underneath those cushions. I hope I didn't say I let the moisture get in those cushions. I don't know. It's early in the morning. Forgive me. So anyway, I can breathe and go through there. So that's just another little upgrade I did in the boat. I also started out the other night, and we'll show it as I go out to the boat later. The port lights up in the cabin on the side, they were just port lights, but they weren't very much of a light. They're really dark, like plastic windows, ports, that they have got so scratched up and horrible looking through the years, they really don't let any light through, and they're a real dark smoke. I think they were always a poor excuse for a port light. And I wouldn't even know how you would even call it a light. I'm telling you, it's really, really dark. And they're small. So as y'all seen in some videos in the past, I had bought also from a Sea Ray boat, a little bit larger one than this, I think a 32 foot or so. I had bought a set of port windows, port holes, port windows with screens that are in that same cat-eye shape, that I can cut that out. I'll have to oversize the holes a little bit and put those in. And the last time that we were back home in Texas, I bought some different grades of 3M. I bought some stuff for below adhesive right here, marine adhesive. This is the 5200, and let me see which other one I bought right here. That's 52 black. Let's see, I know I bought more than one. This is a Fast Cure 52 right here, and a white. And was there another one? There's another one in here somewhere. I got so much stuff down in here. So there's another one. So the 5200 cures really hard. That's really considered like for below the water line. And if this says Fast Cure, it's probably Fast Cure. The other can be above the water line. I also have some other quality of silicone also. It can be above the water line, but here's the thing: if you ever have to pull one of those port windows out and work on it or something, and you put that 5200 in there, it's going to be a job to get it out. Well, I'm here on the Sea Ray, This is a Sundancer 240, and I have bought a while back off of eBay a set of port lights. Now they're the same company, same series. These, I believe they're Bomar, and they're the same elliptical shape right here, but the opening has to be cut open. I say about a 3/4 of an inch more around the edge, maybe half to 3/4. I've got it drawn out inside, but I need to get these old ports out. And before I do that, I'll just tell you, these things really don't let much light in at all. You can vaguely see the port on the other side of the boat over there, the light coming through, but they are just so dark tinted, and of course they're clouded, but they have just not been much anything to let light in. And plus, I want to take advantage of this nice breeze we have here at the ocean coming in right now, and the cabin in there gets pretty toasty, and I would like to have the security of, if I was to camp out on the water, not having to leave the cabin door open, and being able to maybe get a cross breeze right through these windows. So the series that I'm putting back in here, and I'll show you later, get this, start taking some of these screws out. The series that I'm putting in here is called their SS. They're stainless steel, but they're flagship series. They're SS stainless steel flagship series, Bomar, and they look really nice, really nice. And I'm excited to not only be able to have a port that will open and has a screen for some mosquitoes and stuff. If I camp too close to shore, you're gonna combat that. Kind of got to fight in between some stuff here. I've got a long bit in this thing, and really didn't need a long bit. Well, I'm glad I didn't drop that. Get that over there so it don't fall, because I might have to reuse some of these screws, I'm not sure. And now we'll get this last one out, and let's see where it goes from there. I was noticing these screws, I put them out, pulled them out. It looks like they just took a screw that was too long when they installed these and just chopped them. It's not a factory in, you see, they just been chopped off. So it's interesting, probably so they didn't stick out too far through on the other side. And I'm gonna hold on to these. I'm gonna get them in my pocket for right now. I need to move over and do that one as well. I'm gonna do the two side by side on this side of the boat before I pull any out on the other side of the boat. So this is out right now. I'm gonna walk over here and grab a couple tools and just see if I can get this ring to pry off of here. I probably should tape around this, but just being gentle and not crack the gel coat, I'm just gonna start. See, it feels like they just silicone this. And I think I'm right. Kind of had to reach behind the ladder here. I did. It is, they are very loose in here. So here we go. Very loose in here. Hey man, how's it going? Yeah, there we go. So it was very loosely silicone. That is not really the right product for this. So this glass, to give you an idea of the old one, it's got a step to this. So it steps up higher along this edge right here than the rest of it. And then it's kind of beveled out the same as the stainless frame on the inside. So this isn't just some old blank piece of acrylic. This is got either a custom mold or machine work to it. And the back side's smooth and flat, but the front is definitely beveled, made to fit perfect into that frame for a flush fit. But we're gonna hold on to these. These might get repurposed somewhere else on a different project. I might even get some clear acrylic and replace that right there. Don't know if I'll be able to match that step in it. I might be able to, we'll see. All right, so here we are. It's got some silicone on the edge in here. I can feel that on the inside as well. All that need to be cleaned really good. So they repainted this boat one time. In fact, you can see it on the trims here, see? And I figured they had removed all the ports, everything, because none of the bright work or anything like that, all of this stuff looks like it's been removed, just not the glass. And so you can see where they didn't tape good along that glass there, and it kind of made a little edge. So they probably pulled all this and then set it back. I don't know if they did. There's a paint edge right there that maybe they did just tape this, because there is a little paint edge there and I can see it there, and that's like that yellow gel coat from long ago. So maybe they didn't pull these, they did just tape off on them. They did a really good job. Yeah, I can see it there. They just maybe, unless that's the silicone only. There's little spots pink. I guess they did just tape these off. I thought maybe they removed them the paint, but apparently they didn't. Now I'm going to be cutting it about right here on this line of where this original one was, because my new windows are that much bigger. They're about the same in length, but they're taller. So while I've been hanging out here at the beach with the boat's just sitting right here at the water, I have not been able to run it, of course, because it's foul of water and I'm far away from like a water hose to put the muffs or anything on it. But I am using the lights and things, and I can draw the battery down. So I brought one of my big spare solar panels. I've got a smaller set for this, but I brought one of my big panels that I had a spare of. And this boat has a solar charge controller and all on it. And so I went ahead and put that out here, connected up, letting it rest there on the front. Put some shade up over that cabin and take some of the heat off too, and I can open the hatch right there and let some air blow in. I just crack it open, I don't open it all the way. And actually it's been funneling air inside the cabin, making a nice little flow of air coming through. And another thing that I don't guess I've told you all is I have the Starlink Mini now. Yeah, the Starlink Mini. Now, I discontinued my regular Starlink account, and I just went and transferred it to the Starlink Mini Mobile for here in the Philippines, because the pricing is different. Woo, that sun's bright there. Because the pricing is different here in the Philippines than it is the US. It's way more affordable and better benefits on it here in the Philippines than the same plan back in the States. Here, I'm unlimited on data. I can roam all over the country here and up to 14 miles offshore, doing coastal and all with it. No kind of penalty, no limits, no anything. And of course, if I don't have the boat out and I'm not using it, and our PLDT fiber for the little mini resort we have here, if it goes out, well then all I have to do is take it up there, lay it somewhere, we've already done it, and plug it into my mesh network, and boom, the guests have got service again. It may not be as fast as the PLDT fiber is sometimes, not always, but it gives us an option. But meanwhile, I can take this in a backpack with me. I can carry it on the bike, I can carry it on the boat, I can carry it in the truck, we can use it as a backup on the house. It is a winner chicken dinner. The Starlink Mini, I'll do a whole video on it separate. I recorded one already a while back. I've already had it for a couple months, but I never posted the video. Bad vlogger. I guess I wanted to learn more about it before I went rattling my mouth about it and don't even truly know about it, right? So I use it out here. My mesh network does reach here, but I'm paying for the Starlink, I might as well use it. And so I have that out here, and I tell you, that's really a game changer, because I can get out on the water and I've got the security that if I don't have cell phone service or something and there's an emergency, I have internet, and I can get a hold of Melinda through like Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp or whatever, you know. I can contact somebody. So that is pretty cool. So here we are down inside. All right. So here we are down inside now. I pulled out the original head that was right here. We wanted the space and the lighten up the boat. We pulled out the original head. It was just a big waste of space. I'd rather just have a little honey pot or like one of those little compost toilets. Honestly, I mean, if you're way out in the water, a pail would work, but of course you want to macerate it. You don't want firewood floating to the shore. So there is options. A bucket with a plastic bag in it and cat litter. Mel and I have done that back in the States. The cat litter absorbs everything, covers the smell just like it does for the cat, and you can shake it up, cover it up, and when you get out you can go take it and dispose of it. In the US we just stop and drop it in a dumpster or anything like that. So feel sorry for the dumpster divers. Surprise, surprise. So this is the window that was outside. This is it. This is the drawing that I've done for the new one, and let's do a side-by-side comparison here. This boat's got a lot of work going on in it right now, so we'll do a side-by-side. So you'll see it's going to be a lot bigger. Look at that. The length is a little similar, and that's just on the glass part, but a lot bigger right there. Now that's the frame. There's an inner frame here. Let me grab it. Or actually, it's the outer frame. This is the outer frame, the same as that outer frame. So both of these are outer frames. So there you go. You see, it's going to give us a whole lot more light, a whole lot more everything. View for safety, screens, and we can open that, and it's got a friction hinge on it, and you can tighten, adjust them. You can adjust these. Has screens inside, so keep the bugs out. Pretty darn nice. And for you that are new to this, I bought this set off of eBay, all set for about like 80 something US dollars. And then a friend that was coming here, I asked him if he could bring them to me, and he put them in a suitcase and he brought them to me, and that was very appreciative also. So these things are, you know, $200-300 each, buying them brand new, and they were in perfect condition. The rubbers are good in here on them. You can buy a replacement rubber kit from Bomar and a screen kit, but these were all still good, really good. So there you go. It's gonna be nice. Working on the boat out here, but it done got dark on me, so I just cut open for the other port, this port light right here, and this will be a port hole, port light, port hole, but they're both port lights, but this will be a hole since it actually opens. And the camera's giving this one way more justice than it deserves, because these are very dark, very, very dark. So I've got some bright lights on in there, but I tell you, it's just the camera soaking in a whole bunch of light, making it brighter out here than it is. It's pretty freaking dark right now. So nice that it does that if you want a video on the dark, but if you want to see the real world, it's kind of hard. I'm going to try to get back here and see if you can see the grand difference between those two. See, that is a significant difference. Way better. Wow, that's going to be so much better. So much more light and air able to come inside now. See out for security. Man, oh man, I'm going to be happy with that. Wow. What do you think? Tell me what you think. And we'll have a look at it inside in here too. You can see it's a huge difference. Talking about huge difference, this is where I pulled off where the wall went for the head right here. And look how dirty it was in behind there. I need to clean that streak. And I didn't even paid attention to it till just now. I cleaned all the rest of this before, but of course that was a wall there. And I'll get that cleaned up. But man, look at that. Let's see if I can do one of those little backup things. Yeah. So much better. So much better. Wow, wow, wow. I like it. And I didn't want to get up near this radius over here. So when I laid out to cut this one out, I had dropped it just a little bit down so I wouldn't be cutting higher, because of course I want to keep them even. So I wouldn't be cutting higher and getting into that radius up on this one. So this is down just a little bit right here. And then of course I'll do the same thing over here, and that'll keep me out of that radius. I like the elliptical shape. This is a little bit more rounded on the ends, where this comes to really like a point, like a cat eye. So Yeah, it's pretty cool. Hey, good evening, everybody. Well, I've been working on a project on Sea Ray. I know, always a project, I know. But hey, if I didn't have these projects, what would you be watching? I'm saving you a lot of money by me being the one to do it. You just get to watch it and save your wallet. So anyway, I'm changing the port lights. I'm changing them actually from port lights to technically port holes. And I'm having to do this in the evening or early in the morning. In the morning, I'm kind of busy, so evening it is. And I jumped out here just now cutting out holes on the other side when I still had light. So this is one of them installed right here. But it's only dry fitted right now. Man, doesn't that look nice? Wow, it looks so nice. And the other ones were just so old and tired. And so these are original lights that would have came, port lights that would have came in a Sea Ray. I've already cut all of that with a grinder. Slowly with that variable speed grinder, I've got it dialed down not to be too powerful, too fast. And cut outside that line. Don't cut on the line, cut outside. And I need to go cut these radiuses. And I got this one ready too. And as soon as I jigsaw those corners right there, I'll be ready to go ahead and dry fit. These two also, we got another mooring block with a float and a flag on it, and it's got our name and everything on it to mark our other swim boundary out there. So far, everything's been going good with the other one. Well, I got 3 of the lights in, port lights. I didn't get that one. Man, just look at the difference. Just look at that. Look at the difference. And it's so nice now. I can open this up, be able to look out, see what's happening outside. Before, couldn't see nothing. Now I got air, I got screens. Man, what a good deal. Yeah, what a good deal. So I'm tired, it's late, and I'm ready to go in and shower for evening. So just have that one more right there to get in, and I'm really liking these a lot. Well, everybody, it's been an absolutely beautiful day. I tell you what, I've spent so much time in the water lately. I think I'm getting some gills back here somewhere. Webbed toes, webbed feet. Look what a beautiful evening right there behind me. These guys here are fixing to crank up the boat to go out. Right there, yeah. And it's hard to believe, but just 30 minutes to an hour ago, it was lightning and wind blowing and waves churned up out here, and the water was white capping and choppy, and I saw some lightning down that way just then. And now it's just so calm and still. But I keep saying that storm season is going to come early because of this kind of stuff happening. There were storms all around. It's still all dark, all back over here. It should be bright right now. This should be our summer dry season, and storms have been steadily rolling in, and afternoon storms and nighttime storms and all. This year's just going to be off. Last year was a super dry one, but storms are popping in and scattered showers to like across over there on Gimmerus earlier. It was just a wall of rain, and back up north of us here was some pretty good rain coming in. We just kind of missed it again, but I see rain coming down over there right now. But man, I have a feeling that it's not really going to be this calm, long heat like we normally get. The past 2 days have been really hot, but I think we'll probably get a lot of active weather through here a little early on. That's just me. Just seeing, judging by living here for a long while, what's happening, that this is not the normal cycle. So anyway, I'm loving it. It's been very nice, and I've got the boat anchored out right there. The tide's low right now. Earlier the water was all the way up over here. Tide's down. I got it just out enough that it'll float without bouncing into the rocks. I put a slipper in on it now, so the keel of the boat don't matter if it hits some rocks. I just don't want the outriggers hitting rocks. That's all that matters. So as long as it's got enough water to balance itself and it's only bouncing on the keel, that's okay.